All right. We're ranking our 2026 MLS kits now that they're all officially out from 5 categories: amazing, that's nice, decent, mid, and horrible. Now, a lot of people get upset with MLS kits because they think they're very bland. They use a certain template, there's no creativity, but there's always a couple, at least, good kits that come out every single year. And I'm going to let you know which ones I like. But before we get into these kit rankings, please make sure you guys like this video down below. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. 190 subscribers until we hit 12,000. So make sure you guys subscribe if you haven't already and hit that little bell notification so you never miss any of our videos. So let's go ahead and get into this. Let's talk about what the best MLS kits are, rank them in these categories, and I want to see what you guys think. So let's start off with Sporting Kansas City. Sporting Kansas City's had some very good kits throughout the years. I mean, the light blues, the button up, a lot of iconic kits. This year, they have this darker blue with some purple tint to it. Very, I would say ocean-esque, aquatic type kit. I actually like this one quite a bit. I wouldn't put it as amazing, but I think this is actually a nice kit. Like, I'd put it in, that's nice. This was something that I would wear myself if I were to buy an MLS kit. You know, I don't have any MLS kits, but this is something that I would wear myself. So I have it, and that's nice. Next, we have Toronto FC, who has had some very, very nice kits over the years themselves. And sometimes they've had some very bland, not so exciting kits. One of my least liked kit they've had was when they had, I think it's 2014 home kit. They had the maple leaf on it. I just thought it didn't look very good. It looked kind of cartoonish. But they're going back to the white kits with some pattern on it. And I actually love these kits. I think 27, 2018 when they had the white kit, very similar to this with the red accent. And that's when they had the blue shorts and the red shorts. Love this kit. Love this kit. I think that this is that's nice kit, especially for an away kit. You know, if you're doing a white kit, it's not very easy to make it exciting. But man, this is nice. I would wear this one as well. Like I said, that 2017, 2018 white kits with the red shorts, the blue shorts were absolutely elite. Now, next, we have Dallas. They've got the hoops. Now, the hoops are very classic with FC Dallas, but instead of the white hoops, they've got the black or the navy blue hoops and red. I think this one's okay. It's just a little boring, and there's actually another kit like this in this template. You know, we talked about this earlier. There's a lot of kits that are very similar in MLS. This one is all right. I would say it's decent. It's nothing special. I mean, it's not very creative. You know, Dallas has had some decent kits over the year as well, but this one just feels it feels decent. I don't feel like this is going to be one that's going to be one of the more popular FC Dallas kits that we've seen in the years past. Moving on, we have the Houston Dynamo. Houston Dynamo have this blue with a little bit of like the orange tint. It's unique, but at the end of the day, it just kind of looks like splotchy paint. I'm not saying it's the worst kit I've seen. I personally think that this kit is mid. I wouldn't wear this kit. I just don't like things that kind of look like a tie-dye kit. That's just not my style. Not sure what you guys think. You know, they obviously have the creamsicle orange kits with the white accent we've seen over the years, which is kind of, you know, very bland, nothing crazy, just classic. This is a lot different than that, but it's just kind of too distracting. I'm not a big fan of this kit. St. Louis City SC. Now, this is supposed to be like a shout out to Tina Turner. It's gold. Saw some pictures of this. I am not a fan of this kit at all. I would put this in mid as well. Now, when I saw it in someone wearing this kit rather than just pictures of it, it did look maybe a little bit better. But a lot of people said it looked like an oil spill or something. Like it just doesn't look it's not very aesthetically pleasing. I don't like this kit either. And it's so far different from what their colors are. I mean, their colors are pink and blue, and they have a freaking gold kit. So I'm not a fan of this. I don't like when teams go too far away from what their colors are. I put this in the mid tier. Now we have DC United. Now this is a very bland kit. This is just a black kit with the red accent. This is very, very traditional for DC United. I don't think it's bad. I would say it's a decent kit. It's very boring. Like, you know, it's just nothing outside the box. They've had some good kits in the years past. I'd like to see a red kit with DC United. We'll see a red kit with maybe some black accent. That'd be very interesting, but I'd say this is decent. I just hate when teams go too generic with this. They don't really try anything. spiced up a little bit, man. Like try something. Okay, next we have RSL. RSL had a very nice kit last year. They had the Croatian S kit, which will be their away kit this year as well. Now they have the hoops, kind of like what FC Dallas have. I'd put it in decent too. Nothing crazy. I mean, this didn't take long to make, but it's not a bad kit. It's decent. I think fans will probably, there will be people that will buy this kit. I don't know if it's going to be a hot ticket item, like compared to last year's kit, but I think people will buy this kit. I think it's decent. That definitely could be worse. Now we have Seattle Sounders 2026 home kit. Now this one, I actually would probably put in decent as well. It's bland, but my God, that green looks beautiful, and I do like the blue accent on the collar and the arms. I think this looks pretty nice. Now it is bland, I know, like you just said about DC United, but it just looks good. I mean, I would probably wear this one too. I think this actually looks pretty nice, and I do think that the badge on this kit pops a lot, which is really nice. And I like obviously the white sponsorship and the white Adidas logo. I think it all looks really good, and it complements each other. So I actually like this one. I put it in the decent, nothing crazy. This Colorado Rapids black kit, very random. I don't like this one at all. I think it's mid. The Rapids, obviously, that burgundy and the light blue and obviously some white. I don't like the black kit at all. I just think it just looks out of place. This doesn't scream the Colorado Rapids to me. I don't really like that kit. I think it's very, very mid. Then we have Atlanta United. Atlanta United are going with their Olympic theme kit, which is interesting. Not traditional, obviously black and gold. It's got the green and gold, but I actually like this one. I think that this one would be that's nice. I think it's cool. Obviously plays homage to the Olympics in Atlanta. I think it was in like the 90s. If I'm not mistaken, was it 92? Maybe. I don't know. It was before I was born. Hell, maybe it was 96. But either way, they're paying homage to the Olympics in Atlanta. I think this kit is pretty cool. It's a very cool away kit. Like we talked about Toronto FC, away kits, not a lot to work with normally because they're white based, but this one actually looks really, really cool. I like this one. I think it's nice. We have the Vancouver Whitecaps, another kit that's kind of bland, navy blue, but I do like the collar. I do like the accent around that, and then in the arms. I think this one's decent as well. I think a lot of these more bland. When I say bland, I just mean it's simple, right? I should, I guess, say simple. It looks good. I would wear this kit. I don't think it's anything crazy, but it doesn't look terrible and it doesn't look misplaced. Like the Colorado Rapids kit, it looks misplaced because it's not their primary colors. That's why I don't really vibe with it. This one looks really, really good. We'll see Thomas Muller wear this home jersey in 2026. I think it's a decent kit for the Vancouver Whitecaps. Then we have FC Cincinnati. This is just a white kit with some orange pattern. I mean, I guess this one is. I think this one's kind of mid, honestly. I don't think it looks too good. I don't really like the orange pattern. It just kind of looks a little distracting, like they're doing too much. So I think this one's kind of mid. Cincinnati's had some really nice kits in years past. This one is not one of them, in my opinion. Not the worst we've seen. We haven't had a horrible yet, but this one, I'm not a big fan of it so far. I'm not a big fan of the FC Cincinnati 2026 away kit. Inter Miami, keeping it simple, right? They just have a black kit with pink accent. I would say this one is decent as well. It's nothing crazy, right? It's just black and pink, no crazy design. Hell, even the Adidas stripes on the shoulders aren't even pink, which I think would have looked better. It's just completely black with the Miami logo, the Royal Caribbean sponsorship, and obviously the Adidas logo. Still that simple look. I think they could have done better with this. I mean, you have pink and black, cool colors. Very, very simple. I think they could have done more with it than this. Orlando City with the gold kit. Interesting. I actually think that this one is nice. This is Orlando City's colors are purple and gold. They've always been purple and white, home and away. This is different. I like that they went with the gold on this one. I think it's a nice kit. I think it's different. Now, it does kind of look like the goalkeeper kit because they've had bright noticeable colors like that before on some of these MLS kits for the goalkeepers. But I think this one's cool and nice, and it's a little unique. I actually like this. And it's a little different than the average kit, like the decent kit, because it is kind of simple. There's nothing crazy. But I think what sets this one apart is that we don't normally see a Orlando City kit with the gold, right? This is kind of like what I was talking about with the DC United kit. What if the DC United kit was red with the black accent? Well, that's what Orlando did. Instead of doing purple with gold accent, they did gold with purple accent. So I think that's nice. I think it's cool and I think it's unique. New York City's kit. I think this one's nice. I really like this kit. I like the pattern on it. I like I think New York City has some really nice kits. I really do. I think that this one looks really, really high quality. I think it pops. I think this is one of the nicer kits. New York City's had some really, really nice kits throughout the years. They've had some black kits, orange accents. They've had some dark blues, kind of like this before. They have really cool colors to work with. I think this one's very nice. I would wear this one. Montreal. I think that this one is actually kind of cool. I think this one's decent. Now, I said that the Cincinnati ones, the patterns were too distracting, but this one fades a little bit. And plus, I like blue more than orange. I think that this one actually looks really cool with the simple, the style. White with the blue accent. I think this one looks good. It's very simple, but it looks stylish. You could wear this. I think that the Montreal's new kit is in the decent category. Now, the New England Revolution with the fireworks, I think this one is just very distracting. I think this one's mid. I don't like this one. I just think it looks too distracting in the front. I know what they're going for. It's like fireworks, like a revolution, but I just think that that's way too much going on. This looks goofy. I don't like this one at all. And I like their colors. Obviously, the dark blue with the red. You could have a lot of cool options with your jersey, but this one is not one of them. I don't like this one, honestly. I think this one is very, very mid. Now we have Minnesota United, another team. We got a lot of teams of blue, right? This one I think is pretty decent too. I like this one. The only problem is I feel like the way that they did the shoulders makes it look like a training kit rather than or a warm-up shirt rather than a jersey. Whenever you don't have the Adidas stripes on the top to really showcase that it is a jersey, it can be misleading and make it look like it's a training top. I like the way this looks, but I wish that they really accented the Adidas logos and stripes on the top. It would have made it really showcase that it is a MLS kit and not a training top. I would have it, and that's nice if it had that, but I think it goes in decent. It's not mid, but it's not nice. It's right in between. Then we have the Portland Timbers. I really like this kit. This kit is nice. Last year I got absolutely beat up because I didn't know what the homage they were paying or what the meaning was behind the kit. I'm just going off of what it looks like with my eyes and what I wear it. This one looks really cool. I like how they blended the logo, the Adidas logo, and the sponsorship into the entire kit's color theme. And I think this thing looks incredible. I'm assuming this is going to be their away kit in 2026. It could be their home kit, but I think because they always go darker green, I'm assuming this is going to be their away kit. The light green kind of throws you off. Normally you have some type of white in away kits, but I think this is going to be their away kit. It's amazing. I would wear this one. I think this one is absolute fire. I think this one looks incredible. Then we have the Chicago Fire. Now this is a classic. Maybe I should have made a classic a tier list, but I didn't. But I think that this one looks really, really good. I think this one is amazing as well. Let me scroll up and put this up here. I like classic jerseys. It's got the collar. Some people don't like the collar. I like the collar. I think it screams classic in soccer. I think that when you see it, it just makes it look more like aesthetically pleasing. And I like when they pay homage to like an older classic style that they had in the years past. I like this one a lot. I think it's amazing. I think this is a very good looking Chicago Fire kit. From top to bottom, it's an amazing kit. San Diego FC with the paint, right? With the splitter splatter, whatever you want to call it. I don't like this one at all. I think this one is mid, but San Diego FC has had mid kits since day one. They had the plainest jerseys I've ever seen for an expansion team last year. and this is not any better. I don't like this kit. Love what San Diego FC does as a club, but this kit with the color scheme they have, the silver, the blue, the orange, they could have something so much better. Why couldn't they done an orange kit or something? This is, I know it's an away kit, but still, I'm not impressed. I don't like this one. I think it's very, very mid. This Philadelphia Union kit, I like this one a lot. I'm going to put this in. That's nice. I like the pattern. I like that they have the gold accent on the shoulders. I like the bimbo, which has been there forever. That's been their shirt sponsor, I think, since day one. I like the blue. I like the light blue. I like the gold. I think this is nice. I think people would wear this. I think it's very, very good. And it's, I think that the Union have had some boring kits, but I think this one is nice. I really, really like the 2026 home kit for the Philadelphia Union. Then we have the Columbus Crew. Now, I know I said what I said about the Chicago Fire. I would not put this Columbus Crew one in the amazing, and it has nothing to do with the kit being bad or anything like that. I think that's nice. It's still a good tier. I just don't like to wear anything yellow personally. And I think it looks good, but it's a little boring because it's just nationwide, nothing crazy. It does have the collar, does have the black accent with the Adidas logo. I like this kit. I think it's nice. I would not put it in amazing, but I do think that the Columbus Crew fans are really going to love this. The collar, I think these are the only two kits with collars this year, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it looks like they are. So the classic kit's going with the collar this year. I would put the Columbus Crew kit in the that's nice. Okay, 2026 home LA Galaxy kit is amazing. You go with the slash, you have to put in the amazing. This is as classic as it gets with the LA Galaxy. This is the LA Galaxy since they made the logo change and they changed their brand. This is the LA Galaxy. You have to have a kit like this. Chef's kiss, exactly what you wanted. It's been years since they've had this. Love they brought this back, but they always do after so many years. This is an amazing kit. I'm sure a lot of LA Galaxy fans will end up buying it. This New York Red Bulls, I think this one is a very nice kit. I like the red with the black. I love that the red with the black. It is a little distracting, but I think it works with the red cracks and stuff and the Red Bulls. I mean, it's very, very like eye-catching. I love this. I hate when they just do bland jerseys when you have the cool colors, like I said, but this looks really nice. I like this Red Bulls 2026 home kit. And then we have we have the Earthquakes, excuse me. We have the Earthquakes. This one I'm not a big fan of. It looks like that tie-dye. I just don't like this kit whatsoever. It looks very, very distracting. It looks like a t-shirt. It doesn't even look like a kit. And so I think that they dropped the ball on this. San Jose's had some really good kits in years past too. I am not a fan of this kit whatsoever. Wait, like what the hell is that? Austin FC. Actually, I'm going to move this one to horrible. I think that one is absolutely horrible. Austin FC, very bland, nothing crazy. I do like the colors. It kind of looks like it's the different colors than the Portland Timbers, but it kind of feels like they're doing like this faded pinstripe, kind of like what we've seen with the Austin FC in years past with their other kits. Nothing crazy. I wouldn't say it's nice. I wouldn't say it's mid. I'd say it's decent. Nashville SC, absolutely horrible. Hate this kit. Do not like when the logo is centered and the sponsor is centered and the shirt sponsor is, or the brand apparel logo is in the middle. I hate that. I hate when they're stacked like that. I think that this could have been a lot better than what it was. That is a horrible jersey. I do not like it whatsoever. The Charlotte FC kit, love it. It looks good. It's similar to what they've had in years past with a little bit of different spin. Like how they have the blue with the blue, obviously on the shoulders, the white. It looks clean. I would wear it. I think it's nice. I don't think it's too crazy. I think that and it also pays homage to what they've done. Like it doesn't feel like it's out of place for what we've seen in years past. Really like the Charlotte FC 2026 home kit. And finally, we have the LAFC home kit. Black and gold. No center logo, but it's kind of similar to that kit they had a couple years back. That's similar to the Nashville SC. It looks exactly like this, but it had the lining of this, and they fixed it to where it's the traditional logo on the left side, apparel logo on the right side, and sponsorship in the middle. I love this kit. I think it's amazing. I think this kit is amazing. Black and gold's hard to beat. I think it looks very, very high class, and I think that it is an amazing kit. So here are my rankings of the MLS kits, or how I have them tiered. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Do you agree? Do you disagree? What was your favorite kit? What was your least favorite kit in the 2026 kit release? Let me know down below. If you enjoy this video, make sure you give it a like. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and hit that little bell notification so you never miss a video. Until next time, guys, I will see you all soon.